Yo, hello, bud.
Hey Lloyd, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing, live chat? Welcome
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm very
Here,
good.
here we
Yourself?
go.
How are you
Everything
doing?
all fine, my friend. Thank you for coming to co-cast with me.
No,
So,
should have a good matchup. Should have a really good matchup here.
yeah, it should be. Here we see Legend switch to Iraq. I think Kyntaja will do the same.
Yeah, Kyntaja's a Soviet player as well. Both these players should play Soviet throughout.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it should be good.
Let me send them the rules.
What rules do we have? Just sort of standard rules, two vetoes?
No, I think it's one veto this time,
Okay.
as it's best of 11.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 vetoes is too much. One veto. I'm typing for them. One veto. List of 11. Let's go for the first one. Arabian Oasis.
Let's have it.
Predictions are launched as well. What do you think about this match, Lloyd?
Um, if I was a betting man, I would probably put my money with Legend. I fancy Legend. Legend's been playing a lot. Well, he always does. He's very active, isn't he? He's a very talented player. Yeah, I think I would edge possibly just towards Legend and him recently playing the likes of Marco and things like that. He's got good show match experience over the last few days. How do you feel? How do you see this
I
one going
agree with you
yourself?
on this point, but I think Kyntaja is not easy. We saw he was a beast a few days ago in that CNC Championship, World Championship. So I decided to create this match between Legend and Kyntaja after a good performance from Kyntaja. He's a good player, and I preferred to make it a Year's Revenge instead of RA2. He's a Year's Revenge player, not RA2. He said he don't mind to play RA2, but I think Year's Revenge is on his favor. So I decided to start it with Year's Revenge.
Indeed. So opening the start of the game here, Legend up on the top left-hand side. War Factory goes behind the MCV. That allows him to put a ref there. He's out with a drone as well, and the miner comes out. Bottom right, the miner comes out onto the GMs. War Factory behind the MCV, and the miner comes out. Both players exactly the same opening build. Arabian Oasis is my favourite map. I think this one is my favourite. I wish this would become kind of the new Heck, the new starting map. I really like Arabian Oasis, especially with Yuri because you
That's
can play
right.
all three factions
That's
on
the
here.
point. That's the point, my friend. I started with the Arabian Oasis as its Year's Revenge series. I agree with you on this point. It's more better to start with the Arabian Oasis and Year's Revenge series. Here we see Legend got droned. Miner got droned.
Yeah, and that allows for for the second War Factory for Kyntaja to come out first. He does have 5 miners. Legend is currently on 6, so he gets extra War Factory out. Now the sixth one comes out for Kyntaja, so Legend's kind of getting that miner just ahead slightly. Another one comes out, so both players going heavy on the eco. And as we know from Yuru's Revenge, with Soviet heavy miners, and these players are going to be pumping War Factories out.
I think both of them are going heavy eco. They are on 8 miners each, I guess. I think Legend is ahead on miners, 8 to 7. Boys on
Yeah,
the live chat, you are all welcome.
Yeah, Legend now sends two to go over to these gems. Now it's a bit awkward on Arabian Oasis. Where do you place kind of your ref to get to them gems? That sort of thing. You kind of have to long distance a little bit to get them, but obviously worth doing so. Both these players, you can see they're managing their miners really well. Not too many miners per ore. Legend with 4 on the top side, 1 left on the ore. 2 there on the gems, then 2 on the other ore patch. So his miners spread out perfectly. Kyntaja with more or less the same thing as well. The war factories are being pumped now, so Kyntaja has 4, and Legend himself has 3 at the minute.
I think ref placement for Legend is better than Kyntaja. You agree on this?
Which one are you referring to? The ones at the top one for Legend, or just altogether?
Kyntaja's miners are long distancing, mining to right mid, I think. They were long distancing mining.
I see a push up on the top side, and Legend is not responding. Legend, what's Legend doing? He's going to push back. I thought he wasn't going to respond there. There's a lot of dog fodder there.
He's trying to counter with the drones. Sentry gun.
Legend will be fine here on this top side. Might get a miner though. He does get a miner. He's happy with that.
I think he's trying to split. I think Kyntaja is trying to split now. Look at the middle. Lloyd.
Yeah, coming through the middle here. He does get a miner on the top side, pushing in. A lot of dog fodder this time for Legend. So all of Legend's dog fodder is there. Kyntaja doesn't have any. He needs to just come back here, get some dogs, Kyntaja, regroup. He's got the miner off on the top side, so he's got a little edge in this opening battle of this series, best of 11.
Kyntaja is broke, by the way. He's on like 1k. Legend is on 7k. This is not good for Kyntaja. Nice.
And a control there from Kyntaja. Kyntaja's tank control there was a lot better than what Legend's was. He's going to keep going in here. Doesn't want to lose his position, Legend, but he might do. What can Kyntaja get done? Legend will be able to regroup and defend this eventually, but he might lose 2 or 3 miners first. There's a couple that goes down. Needs a sentry. The MCV come down late.
Very good game from Kyntaja. GG has been called from Legend. Puts the first on the board.
Yeah, Legend was moving his MCV there as Kyntaja moved in, so we see there was a really, really late sentry to come, but the game was already done there. Have he had his MCV and been able to probably get a couple of sentries out, it may have made a little bit of difference, but inevitably there, Kyntaja just timed things as well. So nice split up on the top hand side as well, taking down a miner.
I think it all was depending on tank control. I think Lloyd.
Yeah, agreed.
Kyntaja was having a great tank control on the middle of the map. Dorado. I told you, Lloyd, Kyntaja is not that easy. He's a good player, especially at Choose Revenge. He's doing great. What do you prefer, Lloyd, top right or bottom left?
Left. Yeah, bottom left I do. I just feel a little bit more comfortable building that way. Yeah, I do prefer this bottom left spot. I play Allied, and yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of Dorado playing as Allied. I don't think I have a very good win ratio on it. I feel like when I play Allied on this, I need to get some work done with my seal at the start. If my seal fails, I always feel like I'm on like the back foot against a good Soviet player on this. So yeah, it's a nice map for Soviet to play.
Do you think Kyntaja will hang with Legend on Dorado on his map?
I think Kyntaja definitely will. Kyntaja's got all the ability there. This is obviously, we all know this is a strong map for Legend. Kyntaja definitely will. Kyntaja would be really confident if he was able to take him out on this and go 2-0 up.
I think
Legend will be trying to equal up this series on what we probably know as his favourite map.
Do you think it will be devastating for Legend if he loses here?
He won't be in a good position if you lose on your favourite map and you're 2-0 down 10 minutes into a series, 10-15 minutes into a series. It's quite big, but it is best of 11, so plenty of time. Legend with a lot of experience. He's gone games behind to Andy and turned things around. He's gone games behind to Marco and turned things around.
That's true.
Lots of experience in these two players,
He
so
has
they don't mind going a couple of games behind.
I agree. He has big experience in US Revenge, so he can make big comebacks. I agree with you, Lloyd. Look at that
Legend
drone.
Legend trying to harass with his drone. He pushes in now, gets taken care of. So 4 miners for Kyntaja. Legend also has the 4 miners as well, eating them gems. The ref placement comes down the bottom, which Kyntaja is a little bit slow to get his next ref on the bottom. Legend already has his.
Kyntaja is trying to drone Legend's miners as well.
Again, we see both players really heavy on the eco here. Kind of totally what you'd expect here. But yeah, both players really heavy on that eco. Drone comes in this time and does get in, so Legend does get droned.
Very good droning skill from Kyntaja. He's always successful with his drones. Legend was able to save his miner just in time. Service depot was being built.
Eight miners apiece. Treble War Factory here for Kyntaja, and there's a Treble War Factory now, quadruple War Factory for Legend.
He has built the 4th.
Yeah, drone coming up there. Another drone out from Kyntaja here. Still up on that top side. Forward. Goes to get taken care of this time.
Legend saw that drone and killed it.
Yeah, now we're going to see both players kind of detest for sort of to control the middle ground here. We're going to see a little bit of back and forward here without probably too much really going to happen. Kyntaja is quite content. He'll just watch him back and forward. He'll do his thing.
First split from Legend.
Oh, nice. This is nice.
Nice
Takes
one.
a couple of rhinos there. Now he comes back. That was a nice little trade-off though for Legend. He was winning that battle down the bottom, got a few rhinos free. I always feel like Legend is at his best when he's doing splits. That is what Legend is best at for me in the community. He's really, really good with his tank control, splitting around the map, quadruple splits, treble splits, that sort of stuff. That's when he's really, really good. Test your opponent here, Legend. I'd like to see him really split off here.
That's correct. I think Legend is great on splits. Kyntaja proved that he's very good dealing with big names.
There's the split again. Just a couple this time goes. I'll try and get a miner. The miner gets droned. Really, really nice.
Very nice move.
Yeah.
From Legend.
Yeah, and he gets out there with both of them rhinos as well.
Love that move. Legend is very interesting in US Revenge.
Yeah, Legend has moved his
his
MCV
game.
here. He sniped the miner as well. Kyntaja might just push up to this left-hand side here where the MCV is. And if he's not careful, Legend, he may lose it. Should be able to get there in time. May force a sell.
He will for
Might
sure
force a
lose
sell.
it.
Yeah. He would have really wanted a ref down there before that went down. But he doesn't get it. You see his miner coming over as well.
Spray MCV for Kyntaja.
Oh, he's out of position here, Legend. Legend's out of position, big time. Oh, needs to be careful. The cliff kind of saves him a little bit.
As I expected, Lloyd, Kyntaja is not easy.
Yeah, he has the elite as well. The MCV move from Legend hasn't paid off. Legend has got the eco here, but it's not going to be able to really do a great deal with it. MCV has been solved by Kyntaja.
He has to keep up with the rhythm of this game. He has to do this. He has to sell his MCV to keep reducing rhinos. Legend on 5 war factories. Do you think they are enough?
Yeah, Legend has to pull something massively out of the bag to be able to do something here. Because there is an elite there. Although, as this game goes on, Legend's not too bad. Because remember, Kyntaja doesn't have an MCV either. Both of his ore patches are basically run out. Well, all 3 of them are that you kind of start with. His gems are now run out. So both players really kind of in a similar position here, even though Legend lost his MCV with the snipe. But Kyntaja had to sell. So both kind of in similar positions. But the elite for Kyntaja is the key here. If you can move that away and try and get some work done with that, that's what you want to be splitting off, I think.
Don't forget, Floyd, that Kyntaja is on 6 war factories. So I think he's a bit ahead in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Kyntaja's only on 5. Big engagement. Going to split up to the top as well.
Look at that,
yeah, elite. Split up on the bottom left though. Legend is splitting, but there's 5 war factories there, and all the drones and the miners come around. Kyntaja defending his base perfectly. Look how he's defending his base with the war factory, with the miners and the drones.
Kind of base trade is happening now.
Yeah, Legend needs to spam drones, but doesn't have the eco to do so. There's 1 war factory left for Kyntaja. This is going to be tight. There's a power plant and a barracks left on the top side here, and Kyntaja hasn't taken that down, and that could be a mistake. Legend probably isn't going to have enough, though.
I think Kyntaja will take the second on the board.
There's 3 buildings left, but these conscripts and miners are going to stop it. He tried to ult the ref and wasn't able to get it. 2 buildings left. You can come on this cliff, though, and get that ref. You can come on the cliff and get the ref. Just needs to go on the cliff.
Can win, Legend. Up on the cliff.
He's going to try and ult, isn't he? Oh, he's going to win.
He's
got
it on time. Nice,
oh my
nice win
God.
for Legend with the last spree.
Wow.
I can't
believe Kyntaja lost that in the end. Kyntaja was in a really, really good position there.
Yeah. Thought Kyntaja will take the second point. Nice move from Legend. He was so smart. He's a tactician.
Yeah, Legend just showing, just showing there that he had enough to win on his favourite map. But I think that was another really good evidence, even though Kyntaja didn't win that, of how good of a player Kyntaja is. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think he should have won that base trade there. Like, he had the elite, he had the Rhino numbers. I don't think he was quite busy enough where Legend, his offense was really, really fast. He split them up into 2 armies and it was really fast to kill buildings there. Kyntaja, probably the only criticism is, probably should have took down Legend a little bit quicker than he did.
I just thought the same, my friend. But do you agree with the live chat, Lucky Man, Neat? on the live chat.
Yeah, I think Legend was a little bit lucky there. Like I said, if Kyntaja would have finished that base trade off a little bit quicker, Legend had lost that. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It does not matter because all that matters is Legend gets the point in the end. But I think we are seeing how good Kyntaja is, and we now see an allied out of him as well, which I love. An allied versus Soviet.
We all love to see allied on this map versus Soviets. Reconcile. It's a very good map. Very interesting. We have Kyntaja on the top left and Legend on the bottom right. Both players spamming conscripts and dogs. For the allied side, Kyntaja is spamming GIs. I have to say, Lloyd, that this map is pre-captured with its new version, I think.
No, this has always been pre-captured. This one's been pre-captured for ever since I can remember the ones in the oil. I'm not sure if maybe RA2 is different, but definitely Yuri's Revenge. I've always played this as captured for a long time now.
I think this is the first time I make it on Yuri's Revenge.
Yeah, sometimes we
RA2.
Yeah, sometimes we see a player being cheeky and putting their first barracks straight where the oil is and trying to go straight across that bridge, but normally players have got a sentry ready at this level in the event of that and can just place it down once they hear the bridge repaired. MCV move goes onto the bottom side. Kyntaja did build an NGIV here to defend that in case there was a drone, which he can now use offensively. Where's he going to go with that? Is he going to try the oil?
He's so smart. This guy is so smart. He was using that NGIV for repairing the MCV from the drones, and now he's using it offensively. That was smart enough from Kyntaja.
Well, he does. He needs to just be careful he doesn't commit Kyntaja. 3 Rhinos versus 3 Grizzlies.
Don't forget about that NGIV. It can repair the Grizzlies. Hey Rick, thank you for joining.
Oh my god, that one dog has just killed about 6. I'm interested to know what chat sort of thinks. Like, you see sometimes when these players, they kind of fight off like 3 Rhinos versus like 4 Grizzlies. And you see like Kyntaja there, he had about 7 dogs to fight 3 versus 3. I find it so easy just to click them three Rhinos or the 3 Grizzlies, and then the dogs are completely irrelevant, but you've just spent loads of money on them. I know when you get into like a big game and you're fighting sort of 6 or 7 Rhinos, that sort of thing, then yeah, the dogs make a massive difference. But when it's sort of like 2-3, I find that really strange. Don't know what chat thinks about that. Maybe someone like Rick will tell me I'm wrong.
I think Allied should not attack at the early stage of the game. As you know, Grizzlies are plastics on Yuri's Revenge. I agree on the point that you must have NGIVs to help healing those Grizzlies in the mid-game. Look at that defensive bar drop from Kyntaja, closing that path on the bottom left.
Yeah, I mean, what I would like to see here is I would like to see Kyntaja stop showing too much respect to Legend and go use these NGIVs aggressively. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see if he can come around, try and pick off the ref or the power plant, something like that. But there we go. He's going to move them on the right-hand side now. Miner's chipping away here on the left-hand side. He needs to be careful here.
He loses
a miner on gems.
Look at that bunker between the war factories. Nice.
Yeah, kind of repping a power plant.
Legend. Where's Andy, by the way? To see those.
He's going for the MCV. And Deso just comes out. Oh, a bit of a waste there. And kind of like talking of Andy there, just to interrupt you, sort of thing. Like, sort of a couple of NG IVs, and Andy makes it look very simple, and it's, you know, gets tarnished sometimes, but not always as easy to dump a couple of IVs in a war factory. Andy does make it look very easy.
Hey, Sander and Andy. Welcome, boys.
The IV goes down as well. These Desos are a big issue here.
He has to do something. Battle fortresses are not bad.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Legends totally winning this game. There might be a lab out. There might now start to be some Mirage is going to be pumped, but Legend can just Deso bomb here, do whatever he wants. He's a Soviet player. He's going to be rich. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miners, and 6 miners currently play against 3 and double oil. So Kyntaja are in real trouble here.
Kyntaja is trying to clear that oil rig from the sentry guns surrounding it. He's trying to steal that oil rig, I believe. Kyntaja is broke. Meanwhile, Legend is on 7k.
Yeah, Kyntaja's going to have to pull off a miracle here to get something done. He's in trouble here, big trouble. Legend's got all sorts of options that he can do here.
Legend is going for the second level. He is now trying to build the IC, I guess, after the lab and reactor is up.
Legend's still got all of his gems he can go over and take shortly as well if he wants once he gets the IC. If there is an MCV move here, then I think Kyntaja wants to go for a Tanya here. I'd like to see that play, but if Legend's able to freely move over to the right hand side and get onto the gems as well, it most definitely will be a GG. I already think Kyntaja's in huge trouble here already. There is a lot of Mirages on the field, but with the Desos, no battle lab yet to counter them.
By the way, Andy, this guy is not easy on US Revenge. Don't underestimate Kyntaja. He's a very good player.
Going to be a split here on the right hand side. Going to try come for that MCV. Siege Chopper comes out. Can be a nice counter. Oh, he's going to lose a few rhinos here. Sort of 3 of them get popped. Going to need a Deso on the right hand side here. There any Desos in them flags? I don't think there is. This is a nice little swing for Kyntaja. He can come in here, 2 miners. Oh, the Deso there. Needs to hit that Deso. Oh my god.
Nice pump from Legend.
Oh, Kyntaja. Yeah, I think that is a GG, man.
Look at Andy on the live chat. He's as usual. Legend with second on the board. That was a nice match. I was wondering why Legend not get the Deso bomb on the top right. That was devastating for him. That Desolator from Rax was just in time. Saved the day for Legend.
Yeah, and Kyntaja would have been disappointed there because the Deso come out from the barracks, deployed the Deso. Not like Legend pulled off a magnificent Deso bomb in the flak or anything like that. It was just Deso comes out the barracks, deploys it. Kyntaja wasn't quick enough, didn't pay attention, and drove his Mirages all the way in there. He'd have an opportunity there to maybe pick off a couple of miners and try to swing the game back to him, but Kyntaja only has sort of 3 miners, I believe, or maybe got to the 4th by the time that next ref come down, but I think Legend was on about 8 miners, more war factories. Yeah, Legend was in control of that regardless of the Deso bomb.
Kyntaja is good, but he was not that fast. to deal with that desolator from the racks. Anyway, here we go for the fourth round of this series, sorry. On my favorite map, Lloyd, Poltergeist.
Ah, you're a fan of this map. Nice.
It's a very good map. Do you think
Nobody
this map
wants
is
this.
very good for your faction?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. One of the things you can use on here as well. I mean, it wouldn't get pulled off at high level, but one of the things at sort of intermediate level, which is really annoying here, is the Yuri Prime against the bottom right spot. So the Yuri Prime, you just use the water, sort of in and out from there, and it can be quite annoying. Yeah, like I said, sort of C and B class level above, probably not, but sort of my level of play. If someone gets a Yuri Prime on there, it can be quite devastating. I've seen that. Yeah, I like Yuri on. I like Yuri on
Look
this.
at Andy on the live chat. He said he can beat Kyntaja 20-0. Let's see what Kyntaja can do here.
So 2 miners come down the bottom, both of the gems. 2 miners on the ore as well.
One
Top
good
left hand
drone.
side. Kyntaja has 3 of his miners on the gems, as you're saying. He does get his miner droned, and he's going to lose it if he's not careful here. But it's going to be close. Oh, yeah, he loses it. Kyntaja loses a miner. That's big.
Do you think Kyntaja feels the pressure now?
Possibly could well be, yeah. That's a little bit of a small mistake there from Kyntaja, but that could be quite costly. At this level, to lose a miner like that so early on, within sort of 2 minutes of a game, is quite big on a Soviet, especially when you're playing against Legend. That's you're giving Legend such a opening start in his favour here. Yeah, you're already on the back foot to Legend. You've just lost 2 games in a row as well. Maybe a little bit of pressure getting to him here.
I think as a Soviet you have to prepare yourself for the service debot at any moment of the game, especially when you are playing Legend and Latov. They are always open the game with a double drawing strategy, so you have to prepare yourself. Kyntaja was too late during the service debot.
He's going to move his MCV here, which I don't like at all. I don't think Kyntaja should move his MCV here. I think he's behind here, and he's going to be behind on his miner count as well by the time he builds. He wants to come down to these gems, but I'm surprised he's moving this MCV down here.
Legend is trying to harass on the bottom left. Watch out your MCV, Kyntaja.
Oh, he gets droned. He gets one, he kills it off, and the second Rhino gets droned as well. Just see it.
Sander and Blazer, welcome boys.
So he does pull this MCV off move. Okay, now we'll move 2 miners there. Legend matches him, moves his MCV up into the top right hand side. 3 miners now come onto the gems. Kyntaja on around 2.5k. Legend sitting just close to about 5k. Going to move a couple of miners himself onto the top right hand side, onto them gems.
Look at Kyntaja's space. Legend is trying to make the first engagement.
Interesting ref placement there from Legend. He obviously just wants to use 1 ref and then go war factories from now on in, and happy to long distance slightly to them gems. But you look at his ref placement on that top right.
He's very good at spotting the refineries.
And Kyntaja needs the problem Kyntaja's in now is he's gonna run out of, okay, there we go, he's gonna move the MCV. I was gonna say he's running out of eco, running out of ore. He's only got that bottom left spot left now, and he can't have all these miners there, so he's got to move his MCV. He's gonna come onto this next patch of ore. Legend still with a lot of ore to eat his side. I'm not sure if Legend's brought enough on the bottom side. He's going to lose a miner here. You see on the bottom side here, miner doesn't get gobbled up. So Legend's going to force him back on the top side.
That was a free miner for Kyntaja.
So Deso for Legend now. I like that play. There's a lot of dog fodder on the top side. He's going to try and sandwich him in around the bridge. Comes back. Both players got two armies, one at the top, one on the bottom. Drone's starting to come out now for Kyntaja. That's in hindsight of them Desos that are coming out. And a battle lab for both players. And Legend is ahead with his tech. IC with 2 minutes to come. Kyntaja still doesn't have his IC out yet.
And it will be a big engagement on the top right. Nice isolators from Legend. They are doing great job. Look at that siege chopper from Legend.
Yeah, and what Legend has done, the last sort of couple of minutes, 3 minutes game time, is Legend's just played a game of chess with him, just went back and forward, and there's just no way Kyntaja could do anything at that time. And now the IC's ready, and Legend should finish the game off with an IC here. This is going to be a big
Perfect
IC.
From Legend. 8 rhinos. Got the IC.
It doesn't get as much as I thought he would have. I thought Legend would have probably got more value out of that IC. There's a lot of smoke and rhinos in there. Still has a service depot if he wants to go back and repair them.
Kyntaja still moving his MCB for more eco boost.
Yeah, this is good though from Kyntaja. He's doing the right thing. Legend has no eco on his side. You look on the right hand side, there's nothing that Legend can mine here. He's completely out. He's got to be brave and come down to this bottom spot. Kyntaja just needs to stop that. Kyntaja needs to just try and control the map. If you can stop these miners, which will be really difficult, and get a ref up next to his MCV, but the IC is nasty. There's still no IC for Kyntaja. That battle lab has been out for a long time.
Do you think the best for Legend is to IC the drones?
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. Bottom side, though, he just takes a couple of miners. Bottom side there, 2 miners goes down for Legend. He saves the third one. Drones are going to come in. Doesn't choose to IC them either. He's going to IC the bottom side. Here goes Legend on the bottom side here. He wants to IC down the bottom. He's not bothered about the top side anymore.
Smart move from Kyntaja to get away from those rhinos.
Yeah, losing that miner early it was nasty with that drone to start with. Legend played well though. He got himself in a decent position there from that opening sort of 2-3 minutes, and then he just played basically chess with him. Just went back and forward, and then just used his IC to effect, and it worked. Kyntaja had a couple of moments where he sniped a couple of miners, and he looked like he might be trying to bring it back, but Legend just with a little bit too much there, I believe.
I think it was too hard for Kyntaja to keep up with Legend. It's his game to go back and forward. It will be so hard for Kyntaja. Proving grounds. The next one is Subbaf. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed your trip.
The fire pack, I would love to do that. That was cool.
This map is nice. Lloyd?
Yeah, Proving Grounds is a good map. Score is currently Legend on 3, Kyntaja 1. For those of you who can't see the title, Zane v Kyntaja is going to come up after this. Kyntaja currently 3-1 down. He's at the top side. He's in yellow still. Have 4 oils on this map apiece. Legend on the bottom side. We are on Proving Grounds.
Proving Grounds is a very good and interesting map. Year's Revenge. Both players are trying to expand next to the old lyrics. Do you think Kyntaja still has something to say?
I feel like Legends, after that first one, warmed up. And Legend is seemingly on that last game there in a good position. Just a couple of mistakes from Kyntaja. That's the thing though, which is so small. So the last map Poltergeist, he got himself in a bad position straight away from losing the miner. Then we think about Dorado Descent. There was a map that Kyntaja should have won. You know, we felt the Kyntaja should have won that game. He was winning the base trade, but then just wasn't able to finish it. And you could have been 2-1 up, then he's 2-1 down, and now before you know it, you're 3-1 down and you're staring down a barrel. But just a couple of mistakes, but at this level, you just can't do that.
I think the live chat is agreed with that, with us. They said that Legend was lucky with that win. It was one last building to 3. That was so lucky for Legend to win that game. Hope Kyntaja will do something on Proving Grounds to heat it up. We need something more interesting from Kyntaja. I think Kyntaja has the potential, has something to say.
Indeed.
Nice
It's
drone.
droned. Kyntaja winning that fight, but reinforcements comes in from Legend. Kyntaja not having quite enough just to push through there. Kyntaja does have a little bit more on the field at the moment. I think there's 4 miners apiece as well.
4
War
factories.
factories. Yeah.
4
So
each.
yeah, sort of think if I'm Kyntaja here. I've just lost 3 games in a row, 3.5 minutes in. I've got myself right into this game. You know, right in. Anyone that plays cricket, you get yourself in the innings. Kind of how I refer to. He's in the game here now. He's not in a bad position at all. Let's see what he can conjure up. Let's see if he can hold his nerve, get himself back to 3-2, and we'll make a series of this.
Look at the eco for both. Do you feel the lag, Lloyd?
Yeah, I do.
Don't know why.
Yeah, some spikes coming out there. Hopefully it'll settle down. That is a lot of dog fodder there from Legend. You see that at the front there? That is a lot for both of these players. Really heavy on that. Legend's still sitting around 7k. Kyntaja is sort of 3.5k. Both players must be contemplating now, probably switching over to the Deso.
More ducks for each.
We're engaged here around. These back tanks aren't doing anything. Kyntaja's back of his tanks there weren't doing anything. Legend were better tank control here. Legend will be absolutely fine here. Kyntaja had about 5 or 6 rhinos that were at the back of his army, just sitting there, and that's the reason Legend won that fight there so
Very
comfortably.
nice
Anyway,
match. Legend puts the 4th on the board. I think it's a match point. No, not
it's
yet.
4-1. No, not yet.
Montana. Nice map.
I'll be back in 30 seconds. Bear with me.
Okay, my friend. Take your time.
You're welcome to start. Be 30 seconds.
Tech holding captured. Player defeated.
Here we go on the 6th match on Montana DMZ. We have Kyntaja on the bottom left versus Legend on the top right. This map is recaptured with one airport for each of them. Both are spamming conscripts and dogs. Legend with the first war factory. Kyntaja with the first war factory as well, and with the first drone. Defensive bar drop from Kyntaja. Same for Legend. Sneaky drones from both. Legend was able to drone Kyntaja's miner.
Sergeant, don't make the same mistake as last time.
That's true.
There we go.
Kyntaja's drone is still AFK. He has to do something with that drone. Too late, Legend's build. Legend is making good progress on his build order. Big failure with that drone. Was easily killed. Engagement on the bottom left. Look at Legend. He has the ability to attack, but he retreated to regroup.
Yeah, he needs a couple of ref placements here. It's going to move his miners around.
NG Easy, welcome to stream. Stay tuned, guys. Zane versus Kyntaja right after this. So stay tuned. Look at that bird drop. Lloyd from Legend. Behind Kyntaja's space.
Yeah, needs to walk. If he could walk it down and get like a war factory, that would be massive. Legend out with a radar now.
That tricky moves could turn the game.
Yeah, power drop still AFK, still not doing anything just yet. Deso is now out. Deso comes out for Legend, he sees all of them conscripts, he's a dog fodder. He says, you know what, I don't want to fight that. I'm going to build a Deso. I'm not going to allow that to push my base. While Kyntaja is trying to split off on the top left-hand side. There are a lot of dog fodder up there as well.
Legend saw that split and decided to move some rhinos. Counter that split. The bar drop still AFK. He might be using them.
Bit on the bottom right-hand side from Kyntaja. He's going to try and get something done here. He is clicking on the Rhino. Sentry comes out as well. Should be able to hold. Now what can he do? He's got 4 Rhinos free there.
Yeah,
that's 1 miner.
Devastating.
He gets 2 miners. Push on the left-hand side here. Left-hand side engagement here. Conscripts, Desos are walking forward. Desos are just pushing in there with that army, and Legend's going to be absolutely fine here. Deso's going to make a big difference. Now he's going to walk in with the conscripts. Both players now using Deso deployed. He's going to try and get the war factory in the bottom left-hand side here. Yeah, it forces a sell on that. So that's a war factory. Kyntaja's got some work of his own done. Legend got some work of his own done as well. An offensive power drop from Kyntaja as well. Coming on the right-hand side, right where the power plant and the war factory is. But there is Rhinos that should be able to hold and defend that.
Fire drop in Legend's base.
Yeah, but the bottom left-hand side here, Legend is pushing in and gets 1 miner. Trying to get the second miner here. Reinforcements are coming in. Where's the response? Is there a response? There is no response
it's all
here.
Over for Kyntaja.
Yeah. Look at all their miners, but there's nothing there to help them. Defenseless.
More miners are going to be destroyed by Legend.
Sentries will keep being pumped, but it won't matter. All the damage is being done.
I think he's clicking on the miners, so that sentry gun will do nothing.
Yeah. He's left on 3 miners, even if he was able to survive this, which he won't, obviously. It's just 3 miners. Power drop on the right-hand side from Kyntaja doing a little bit of work, to be fair. Power plant and a war factory goes down, trying to fight off that radar, but won't get it. GG is called.
GG's been called from Kyntaja. I think it's not over yet, or I'm wrong. It's best of 11, I guess, which means, oh, I think it's all over, or what? GG's.
Is Zane ready?
I think it's all over.
Yeah, 6-1.
I want Legend to play just 1 game as Yuri versus Kyntaja, just for fun. I want this for the live chat for fun. Caverns. I want to make this round just for fun. We all want to see Kyntaja versus Yuri.
Player defeated.
Hey Lloyd, are you here?
I am here.
Can you ask Zane if he's ready to face Kyntaja?
Yeah, I'll send him a message now.
Very kind of you, my friend. You do.
Yeah, he's ready.
That's cool. Initiates are spammed from Legend, closing the baths. Kyntaja is trying to spam conscripts. Two miners or three miners for Kyntaja. Hey Larry, thank you very much for the bets.
Welcome, Larry.
Very sweet kind of you. Larry is here. Lloyd.
Indeed, indeed. He's been on the lake, a bit of fishing of late, enjoying some peaceful time.
Look at that fight between the Get and the Rhino tank. The bottom right. Radar is
double,
up for Kyntaja.
yeah, double grinder there for Legend as well. Very defensive with two of them out preempt. Deso goes into the flak, I would imagine. Does. He'll try to harass the miners and push back these mags and the gats, but there is Mastermind out now.
The Mutator is up for Legend. He will harass with the mag. Seems like Kyntaja is prepared with the drones.
Yeah, let's just be careful here. Is overloading with them Desos. Oh, the drones kill him. They do him a favour, but he's okay there.
Well defended by Kyntaja.
Yeah. Next army will be on its way, but by the time that gets there, Kyntaja will be ready there for the IC. Flak's coming out from Kyntaja. The right thing to do really against Yuri. Don't need to mash on the Rhinos. Get them flak numbers over. Overwhelm. Grind down that Yuri player.
I think Legend has not enough expansions. He must expand more across the map. More grinders and more war factories, more extra bases all over the map. Kyntaja is very good against Yuri.
Second MCV.
For Legend, that's true. The nuke is ready for Kyntaja with 10 minutes timer. Nice to see Legend doing something before that nuke gets ready.
Kirov reporting.
Kirov for Kyntaja. Lloyd.
It's got a long way to go. Hopefully, with the IC, we'll look to use that. Let's get overwhelmed. Mastermind will go down here. Legend will lose his army on the right hand side. Legend is broke as well.
For Masterminds to counter those flags.
Needs a mastermind from this war factory. There we go, the mastermind is there. Should just be able to grind all of them flanks.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good move, Lloyd. Legend.
Yeah, IC is going to come out here, and then the this Kirov is going to be free. We'll get a war factory here. Should probably get the power as well. Genetic mutator could go down here. It will go down.
Nice IC timing, by the way, from Kyntaja.
Yeah, Kyntaja is in a really strong position here. And the reason being is that IC is ready in a minute and a half game time, and the nuke is ready as well. So a nuke and an IC coming down together here. Legend probably going to try to push in himself.
Neat, money issue solved after stealing the 3 rhinos. You mean, Neat?
He's getting some work done here. Trying to go for that power of their nuclear reactor, but won't get that. And nuke on the right hand side.
Was able to
gets a nuclear reactor.
Was able to take the battle lab with that nuclear shot on the right side.
Nice, let's save the mastermind. Gets a double elite there now. Gets the rhino, loses the rhino. Loses the gap. And just a mastermind there, which a drone will come in and take care of.
A drone is very dangerous.
Yeah.
As close as it is.
So needs to rebuild here. Needs a battle lab. Needs a nuclear reactor. So there'll be a little while. There's a battle lab. So needs a nuclear reactor now. But he'll be so low power. This will take a little while to build still. And Legend needs to try and get something done now. At least keep applying this pressure. Legend up to 21k now. Chat just pointing out. Obviously, he got a massive boost. Legend from genetic mutator in the flax. He was broke. He's up to 21k now.
Not a huge loss for Kyntaja. The IC and the nuke still up for him. 2 war factories. Not a bad position for Kyntaja. More drones and rhinos. Still having everything.
Yeah, we're up to 10 minutes now. It's been a good Yuri versus Sov a game between these two players. Sucking dominator now for Legend. He's burning through his money. He's on 11k now, so sort of spent 10k of that money since we last noticed it. He's got double miners on gems now, and all of his miners are moving around to where they need to be.
Lloyd, do you agree with me that Legend is showing now? I think he's
Pardon?
being serious. Or what?
Well, Legend will be playing sort of serious, but you're never going to be 100% when, you know, it's just one game just to test out, nothing on the line. You're not going to be right at the forefront of your seat really trying to. You'll probably be a little bit more laid back, but also trying at the same time. Both these players always want to win you wouldn't want to lose a game, but Kyntaja just needs to see out this game. With the nuke coming again, there is a psychic dominate to be ready, but this is the hard thing against Yuri. Even when you get a good lead and you're ahead, it's sometimes hard to close the game out. You just have to keep grinding and grinding and grinding to do so. And while Legend has so many miners on the field,
three grinders. Needs extra one on the top left, I guess. He's building war factories. Needs to build at least one grinder. Kyntaja still spamming the flag. Nuke. I think this time he will I expected the shots on this area. Dangerous move from Kyntaja with the rhinos. Will be devastating if a mastermind to catch these rhinos. These choppers are doing the battlefield.
yeah, they can just harass. Another thing that Legend has to try and worry about, although Yuri as a whole are very good against sort of
That's
air.
true, Larry. Click on the masterminds. You can spam them with flags. Or I see the drones. Another hero, Lloyd.
Yeah, Kyntaja has surely got this. Just Kiros, everything coming in here. Legend has 14k, but just keep getting grinded down. Here come the Kirovs.
And those drones, they are going to snipe the Gats. Back and forward with the drone. Good job, Kyntaja. Kyntaja is playing the madman style. They're following him back. Then tell them to quit. They are going to quit themselves. After this nuke, I think
Legend's got nothing left in his face.
very good game from both.
Yeah. Just before we start, I'm going to make myself a drink. So I'll be back in sort of 30, well, a couple of minutes, but by all means, start when you're ready. 1 sec.
CR7, thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you for joining. Comes in. Thank you very much for joining. We are about to start the second show match. Lloyd, Zayn versus Kyntaja, yours revenge. the same title, best of 11, $15 US as a prize.